I'm
that.
speaking to you from Bharat, Haridwar, with a temple in the background and Ganga flowing behind.
Yeah.
The most
Om Namah
pious
Shivaya.
place. Om Namah Shivaya.
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Yeah,
Thanks for joining us, Uncle. I'm very excited to talk to you today. Before I jump into like all my queries related to this war and like the soldiers' experience, right? Um, would you like to like briefly introduce yourself to all of us?
yeah. My name is Lieutenant Col Manoj Kumar Sinha. I served for 24 years in the Indian Army and then took voluntarily retirement from the army uh, because I wanted to, there's a battle of perception that happens. So I felt that today the perception battle is far more intense and
Mhm.
probably far more effectively being played by the bad elements of the society and the world. So I thought, let me come out and try and become a part of that, be on the
Yeah.
right side in the interest of the nation and the world.
Right. Yeah. That's so
Yeah,
nice. So
yeah,
let's dive in, right? I have like a lot
yeah.
of questions planned for you today.
Okay.
Yeah, just like let's start off with this. What was your role during the Kargil War?
The Kargil war, my battalion was moved to Kargil and we were on our way to Kargil. But then the route that went to Kargil from Srinagar to, right up to the Kargil, it was felt that the adversary is trying to break that. It was a very vulnerable route. All the induction was happening from through that place. So then there was an attempt by the enemy to disrupt that. A blast happened. Then the seniors of the higher headquarters felt that okay, this battalion, they told us to be deployed there and protect that highway, and that's what we were doing in that entire Kargil war. Yeah, we were protecting that highway.
I see.
Not in the way that we get up in the morning and scan it for any explosive or something. No, we did not leave the highway even at night. So we didn't allow anybody to come and plant anything there.
So full lockdown.
Uh, yeah, yeah, whole
Oh,
night, and then daytime we used to climb up the hill so that nobody can have a standoff fire on the military convoys moving.
right, right. I see.
Yeah,
Wait,
that,
so are you
yeah, yeah.
talking about the NH1 highway?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, for the viewers at home, the NH1 highway was also referred to the National Highway 1, and it was very
Uh,
significant because it helped, like you said, the transport of like essential supplies and troops to like the disputed areas between India and Pakistan. So yeah, so
there's
now,
no dispute.
oh,
There's
no,
no
dis
dispute between India and there's no dispute. The entire of Kashmir is ours. The entire of Kashmir, which is under occupation, illegal occupation by Pakistan, is ours. There's no dispute on that. We're going to get that
Oh,
back.
oh, I see, I see. All right.
Right.
Like I was just wondering, can you just explain what the true purpose of this Pakistani invasion was? Like, I remember like was it like a stepping stool? Like for like previous invasions, like the past two wars that happened in our history, or was it just trying to like intimidate the Indian population?
Can I take it to a bit deeper than this? I know the military conflicts are analyzed in a particular manner,
Yeah.
but can we dig deeper into this? The reason of any conflict, not only Kargil, all across the world, in the history and today, and whatever battles will happen in the future. Can I
Yeah.
take you deeper into that?
Yeah, please, please.
So what happens is that in Bharat we call it the Dharma. Dharma means being righteous,
Right.
right? And adharma means it is not dharma is not equal to religion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dharma is simply being righteous. Righteous, what is right based on the cosmic law. That is the truth of the world called dharma, right?
Yeah.
It's not available. It's not in the West because they don't have it.
Yeah.
They must be having it. But once they destroyed their ancient original civilizations, they probably lost the meaning of it. So
Right.
religion is not dharma. Now dharma is being righteous. Now based on that, if you look at any conflict in any pair in the history, it always starts because there is the opposite of dharma is adharma, being which is being wrong. We are not righteous. So whenever anything happens, the origin of any conflict, whether Kargil, any conflict, even if a personal conflict between you and if you have a fight between someone two, the reason is always adharma. Means there is someone who is not righteous,
Right.
right? So now coming back to Kargil, it all began. The genesis of it began before partition of this country, before independence of Bharat. Is that when some people felt that because of their faith they are incompatible and they cannot live coexist peacefully with others, and
With
that is why they
religion.
want a separate country. So
Yeah.
from there, the origin of this entire conflict begins from there. Now,
Mm-hmm.
once you and adharma, that means the wrong and the evil thought, moves on and it is not checked and destroyed, it will keep moving on, becoming stronger, and conflicts will keep happening. And that is what was the 1947-48 invasion again by them. Even though Kashmir was acceded, the Maharaja of Kashmir had acceded to India as per the agreement which was framed, as to every princely state was free to go to this side, that side, or whatever it is. So he acceded. So legally it was ours, legally, ethically, morally. But they did an unethical part, immoral part, which is adharma, and they invaded. And after that, again, 65 they tried again, and then 71 was the result of that. Kargil was the result of that, and it will keep happening as long as the evil is there in this world. And evil thought, it could be a thought in a human being, it could be thought in an entire society, a community, or a nation. Conflicts will keep happening everywhere around the world. That is the genesis of every war. You take
Mm.
it this or that. If you understand Mahabharata or if you understand Ramayana, you heard of Ramayana, you
Yeah,
heard a
yeah,
bit of word.
yes.
So what was the genesis of that? The first evil thought that came into the mind of Manthara, who put it into the mind of Kekai, that Ram should be, deprived of his throne, and he
Yeah.
should be sent to jungles. It is from there that it began. Once
Oh,
that happened, then the evil thought, once planted, not checked or destroyed, take it from me, it will lead to conflict. Always and
okay.
every time. That's the cosmic law.
Oh,
And from there, Ram was sent. Again, adharma happened, means the wrong happened. And then Ram was sent into the forest. Then Ravan's sister, she came. She was had some evil thoughts about Ram, guided by lust. So then they treated her the way they wanted. Her next, and she felt insulted. She was refused. Felt insulted. She went back. She instigated Ravan. She told him stories about how beautiful. She sowed in the seeds of desire in the hearts of Ravan, so that he could come and abduct Sita. And what I'm telling is, the one evil leads to another and another and another and another. In between, if people do not check it, like in Ramayana, Vibhishan tried to
right.
tell Ravan ki let's not do this.
Yeah,
We are going on a wrong and evil path, which is
yeah.
not right. Right? It is sin. But he did not agree. So the battle happened. Same you look at Mahabharata, you look at any conflict in the world.
Hmm.
Even if say suppose I'm giving a hypothetical example, if you are having a fight with someone,
Yeah,
at least one of you is evil. It
yeah.
cannot happen two people who are in the right path, in the right mind, being absolutely righteous, pious, on the path of truth, will never get into an argument.
But uncle, can't it also be based on frame of perspective? Because one person might think, "Oh, you're evil." Other person might think, "Oh, no, this guy's evil." What about
That is
that?
the perspective. That is the perspective. Another thing which the West has propagated all across the world, that freedom of expression, they have the freedom to have an opinion, is wrong.
Yeah,
Irrespective of anything, there is one truth. That I agree that if we are ignorant about it and you and me have an opinion, it could be different because none of us are sure what is the right way.
yeah.
That I agree. But irrespective of 100 people, a group of 100 people or 1,000 people having 1,000 opinions on a particular subject, truth is only one.
Mm.
All of them cannot be right. For example, again, I'll go back to West. In the West, there was a belief once that the sun revolves around the earth. Earth is at the center, right?
Yeah.
If that is the ignorance that people have, so everybody is entitled to have his opinion, and the opinion that you have, so many of them are because let's see that out of these 100, maybe one is right.
Uh,
No, I now. So if nobody knows, then okay, we can have our own presumption, assumption, analysis, and have an opinion as to what is right. Maybe Earth is at the center, maybe Sun is at the center, maybe Mars is at the center, because none of us know about it. So we are trying to figure out, okay, maybe this is right, maybe this is right, maybe this is right.
mm.
But I'll take a modern example. Suppose there's a chronically ill patient who comes into a hospital, and a team of doctors is analyzing him. So, or maybe of the 5 doctors may be having different reasons. Yeah, I think, as per me, because the say, disease is very chronic and complicated, so they may be having 5 reasons. But ultimately, the truth is going to be only one. All 5 of them can't be right, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So we are entitled to have an opinion, But we should have that in, if we should, that opinion entitlement is very good. We should have, because the more, if we do not know the truth, then the more number of opinions we have, our probability that one of them is going to be truth will increase.
Mm.
But even at that moment, we should be very sure that only one of us is going to be true. Yeah,
Yeah. And only one
right.
of us will come on top.
And because the your attachment should not be with the opinion, the attachment should be with the truth.
Yeah.
So what happens is, if a team of well-intentioned doctors are analyzing it and they have different opinions, so they say, okay, let us go into further investigation. They do some higher level of investigation and tests, and then one of them will come out to be true. But if the doctors are of good intention, the only intention is their attachment is that the patient should get cured, then immediately the rest of the doctors whose opinion has come to be not correct will drop it.
Mm.
In fact, they will be happy. They'll be happy. Oh, come on, man. Thank God we have at least found out the right reason.
Yeah.
I'm not sticking on to my opinion. I'm not being rigid about it because that's not important. The important is what is the truth behind this disease. Moment that surfaces with evidences and proofs, everybody, if they are well intentioned, right, they will drop that opinion
Yeah. Yeah.
and accept the truth. So we are entitled to have that opinion. You are right. But then we should know that there's only one truth.
That's I completely agree. Yeah, I didn't see it
As
like that.
long as we as long as we approach the difference of opinion with this attitude, yes, we must have as many opinions as possible.
Mm. I
Right?
see. Yeah,
As
yeah.
many opinions as possible. But we should, if you think the opinion is far more important to me, the belief and the faith that I have is far more important than the truth, whatever it may be. Even if my opinion doesn't turn out to be truth, I'm still going to stick by it and fight for it.
Yeah.
That's wrong, and that is what is the basis of all the problems in this world.
Wow. I didn't see it like that. Oh my God,
Right?
uncle. Yeah.
That's the problem of all the problems. That's the genesis of all the problems in the world, which has been propagated by the Western civilization.
Oh.
Yes, we must have freedom of expression because we want to find the truth.
Oh, I see.
You go for a group, you with your friends, you go to a jungle for a hiking and you lose your way. Then
Yeah.
you'll have 10 friends of yours finding 10 opinions. I think we can get out from this way. Someone will say, no, we should take this path. I think from here we can get out. But the moment anybody's path seems to be coming out, you'll all jump with joy.
Yeah.
Oh, good, yaar, you told the right way. Good, buddy, yaar. At least you use your mind. I think you were right. Now we are out of it. But if we are attached to our opinion, even if you see that this path shown by this kid is proving out to be correct, we can see a light at the end of the jungle. And if you still, because if you give more priority to your opinion, then you're still envious and jealous of that guy.
Hmm.
And you still somehow try and prove that you were wrong, I was right. That's absolute stupidity that even the most of the greatest genius minds of this world are doing.
Right. Yeah. I've
Absolute stupidity, that thing,
I've noticed that too, yeah. Wait, so
right?
uncle, for like we're talking about like the Pakistan invasion, right? So like when
Yeah.
this information that oh we're getting invaded, right? When this came to the New Delhi, like the generals in New Delhi,
Yes.
you participated in Operation Vijay, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I told
like
you what we did. I told you in
yeah.
the beginning we were.
So yeah, I got
Yes. Yes.
that. Like you defended the highway, right? That's also
Yeah.
such a major thing. Like all those supplies, right? To actually like transporting all those goods to the forefront. So I just
Yes. Yes.
wanted to understand like your perspective over this. Like after you got that sudden news, how did you and your family react? Like it must have been like really surprising. Am I
No,
right?
no, it wasn't surprising. It wasn't surprising at all. Once you don the uniform as a soldier, there are two aspects to your being in probably not only soldiering, every profession. Once you don a profession, and if it is the right profession, there are a lot of professions in this world which should not exist. Right? Again, as I told you, because they are not righteous. But if you're in
Yeah.
the right profession, then you don two hats. One as a family man, as a father and a husband, as a son and everything, and one as a soldier. If you look at it like a soldier, every soldier's dream is to have, participate in a conflict in which you can fight for your motherland,
Yeah.
Bharat, this great land, the greatest land of this entire world called Bharat. Fight for it, if and make the enemy die for it. And if there is a required, you die for it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so. Every soldier is looking forward to an opportunity to doing that.
So you're like
So,
fully
ठीक
clear
है.
in your mind.
Yeah, yeah, we are extremely clear in the mind, extremely
That's
clear
good
in the
mindset.
mind. And that clarity, I'll tell you, that clarity comes again from being on the right side of the dharma.
Hmm.
If you are righteous, then you are very clear in the battle that you go. In fact, that is the most pious thing, to fight a battle for dharma. That's the most pious thing. That is what happened in Mahabharata on the first day before the war began. Arjun was confused. He thought, okay, let me not fight. We have our own relatives on the other side, people, and there will be so much of bloodshed and all. Krishna told him, you don't look at the other side people as your friends or brothers and relatives and gurus and whatever it is. The other side is sin, adharma. You got to fight it.
Yeah.
So that is what it is. We need to fight it. What happens in the world is that we are picking unnecessary, stupid, bloody conflicts, which should not be fought.
Yeah.
There is no, just take it from me, that there is no conflict anywhere in this entire cosmos.
Yeah.
There is no debate cosmically. I'm talking of cosmically by the supreme design. There is no conflict. There's no debate happening between the sun and the moon in the cosmos. There's no debate happening in the forest between the fruit and the flower as to who is
Hmm.
important, who is bigger, who is greater. There's no debate happening between a long, tall banyan tree and a shrub of grass, that the banyan tree is trying to make the small shrub of grass feel smaller, and the shrub of grass is being feeling inferior. It does not happen like that. The entire cosmos, every single planet or the cosmos or down to the right molecule in are in unison. They are working at a common purpose. None of them is in conflict. So this all these conflicts that people design are artificially created to, so that man gets bogged down into this and moves to a path of destruction. So what will happen? You will see, because there's an entire paraphernalia which survives on these conflicts. So in the society, they will have some topics of debate: man versus woman, black versus white, this caste versus that caste, this god versus that god. It's all artificially created to divide mankind. It
Right.
does not exist. We are all complementing each other and not competing with each other. So I tell all the youth, especially, that do not fall for it. We are
Yeah.
all complementing each other. There are some. Your body is made up of so many cells. Every cell, irrespective of whether it is in the brain or in your excreta system, is all working in unison with a common purpose. There's no versus happening in your body that the cells in the brain tell you that, look, I deal with intelligence, knowledge, wisdom, and all those things, and you are dealing with shit. It doesn't tell the cells in the excreta system like that.
Right. I
Right?
see.
So everybody is there, everybody has got a role to play. Let's not compare each other's role. Destiny has planned a role for everyone, duty for everyone. Let us identify with the roles and start playing our roles, whether it is in the families, whether it is in the society, whether it is in your for nation or the entire mankind. If you can think greater, beyond, which is beyond my perspective, but once the rishis in Bharat always had an even greater perspective beyond the planet, and they could think of the cosmos, and they did something that you and me cannot comprehend. So they were doing things for the entire cosmos, benefit of the entire cosmos, right? So
Right.
that is how it should be. There's no conflict anywhere in this world. We unless, but yes, moment there is a conflict means there is you are righteous and the other guy is not righteous. That by that I mean you are once in the dharma and the other guy is adharma. That conflict has to be fought. You should not, must not avoid it.
Yeah.
There's no point that you have a debate in your class or anywhere, even the big people, and you on some imaginary, artificially created division, and you come out of the debate and see on the street that there is a guy who is trying to tease or molest a woman, and you ignore that.
Yeah, you have to
That
like
is a fight you
separate.
need to take.
Yeah.
There is someone corrupt. There is someone corrupt. There is someone who's a terrorist mindsets. There is someone who's a criminal. That fight is needs to be taken by everybody every single time without exception. Beyond that, there is no conflict.
I see.
There is just no conflict. What we are doing is we are getting into this stupid, unnecessarily, artificially created divisions in our minds, which are created by those perception building industries whose probably aim is to make money.
Yeah.
So the entire film industry, movie industry has to survive on that. The media has to survive on that. Everybody has to survive on that. Everybody survives by creating a conflict.
Hmm.
So they have to, reassert their importance because they want to create that conflict and be masters of that conflict.
Right.
So their survival depends on creating those conflicts between human beings. So that is what they are doing it. But that is not so. We should not get by those conflicts, and we should definitely get into every conflict which is not right here. Which is there is when, as I told you, adharma ki baat, as I told you, adharma. Anybody who's a criminal, somebody is molesting a woman, somebody is stealing, somebody who's got a terrorist mindset, or even those people who are creating these artificial divides are people with a sinful mind. Even they need to be
Yeah.
conflicted.
Yeah,
They
we have
need
to
to be
take a
taken apart.
step in it. We have to like do the
Yes,
right thing. Yeah.
do the right thing. That's it. Wherever there is a wrong, fight.
Yeah.
Otherwise, don't fight. There is no man, woman. There is no black, white. There is no this God, that God. My God is supreme. My God is the only God. Your God is no God. And I have a desire to influence my God on you. This is the greatest. I'll tell you. Albert Einstein made a statement that there are two things which are infinite in this world. One is the expanse of the universe, and the second is human stupidity.
Hmm.
And I'm not sure about the former. Right? That is a statement he made. Right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm telling you one thing: the greatest, stupidest thing that mankind has done to itself is this invention of this perverted thought process that my God is the only God, and I have a desire to impose my God, influence others on everybody else.
Yeah.
This has cost us more than 1 billion lives on this planet, and we are still continuing. And I'm amazed at surprised we can't get it.
Yeah, it's so sad. Like
How long are you going to do this, man?
the national divide.
There's
Uh,
no bigger stupidity that man has invented in this entire history of existence of mankind than this. And we're still continuing.
yeah.
Your generation needs to call the bluff off. Your generation needs to speak back to my generation. Okay, come look. Hey, come on, man. You've done this enough, man.
Yeah.
Don't we are not going to carry it forward.
Uncle, I feel
And
exactly
we
the same way as you. My parents, they're always saying, "Oh, we do this, we do this." I'm trying to say we're all equal. Why put so much divide in our world, right?
even the comparison is wrong. We may
Yeah,
not be equal. How do you find something is equal? Only when you compare. But why are
exactly.
we comparing it? Does the fruit and the flower in the tree compare itself?
No.
Whose role is bigger? Whose role is smaller? No. Every minutest atom and molecule or to the planet or the galaxies that exists is there for their purpose with a role. They're simply
Yeah.
playing it. So you come into this world, try and identify your destiny, your role in this entire cosmic design, and do that role and go back.
Mm. More
That is
about
how
the
we are not born to this planet for ourselves.
yeah.
We are not born here in this planet. We didn't come here in the world to do anything for ourselves. What is the world is? Western thought is that think about you, I, me, myself.
Yeah.
No. Do what you feel like. No. It is not that you do what you feel like. Do what is good in the interest of something larger than you, beyond you. So if you're thinking, what is good for my family, do it. What is good for my society, do it. What is good for my nation, do it. What is good for the planet, do it.
I see, Uncle.
You should never think what is good for me.
Yeah.
In a sporting ground, what do you do when you enter a team in a team sport? You are given a role.
Yeah.
You may be wanting to do something else, but they say no. Hey, buddy, in this team, this is what you need to perform. Otherwise, you are not in the game.
Yeah.
There's only one spot left, which is of a goalkeeper. You wanted to be a forward, fine. But today we have a goalkeeper who has not come. you need to perform the role of a gatekeeper. You can't say, no, I will do what I wish to in the team. No, in the larger interest of the team, you are given a role. Please perform that role to the best of your ability. Otherwise, please go back. You're not required.
Right.
Can a team win with everybody thinking I, me, myself?
No, no.
No. So how do you think a family can function? How do you think a society can function? How do you think an entire nation and the planet can function and be at peace if everybody is being taught the way in the West they've taught that they teach there and that they are imposing it on us also, that everybody should think I, me, myself. You decide what you want to do. No,
Right.
you decide, but you decide in the interest of the larger,
I see.
not in your interest. If everybody thinks of his own interest, then we're going to mess up the way we have messed up the entire world.
Oh. Wait, uncle, so
Yes.
during this conflict, right? Like we were talking about our roles for like doing the right thing previously.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
what was like the true experience of every soldier like during this war? Like what is what has the war done to you that has impacted you and that has taught you something?
You see, I will. Can I? If you want to talk of conflict in the war, that I understood it. In the war, I'll quote two instances. Because if you are on the right path, what it does to you is it makes you spiritually grow. Even if fighting a battle, that is the greatest. Fighting a battle of Dharma is the best way to grow spiritually. And in that war, I'll tell you that I fought in the Kargil war. I was protecting the highway, but after the Kargil war, we went back into Kashmir and I fought a lot of combat battles with terrorists.
Yeah, yeah.
Intense battles, right? So from that experience, I'm also telling you that it is between a battle, midst of a heavy gunfight, that I experienced peace.
Oh.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. What is the opposite of peace? Tension,
Yeah.
right? Now, how does tension happen if you take simple physics? You take a piece of a cord, pull it in two directions, and that cord there is tension, right?
Yeah.
That is what simple physics.
Hmm.
So a piece of string pulled in two different directions, there is tension in the string. So human mind, when it is being pulled in two different directions, there is tension. Two different directions means I don't know what this is wrong or this is right. I should go this or do this. You're being torn upon. Life is all about handling that situation where you are not able to be sure as to what is right. What should I go? I want this, but the situation is pushing me into some other direction. Even as a soldier, suppose your boss says, or in any organization, you have someone sick at your home, or there's a marriage at home, and your boss says no, there is a duty, you need to go there, and then you are tense. Should I follow him? Should I go back to attend that emergency at my home? Or should I follow the orders of my boss? Then you are tense. But in a battle, what happens? That even if when the battle begins, the gunfight starts. Even if you get a news from your home that this something very bad or something very good has happened, you are very sure that I need to be here fighting this battle.
Wow.
I'm at absolutely peace. I'm not being pulled apart by the other thought because you are so confident that I am doing the thing which I am supposed to be doing.
The right thing.
So, the right thing.
Yeah.
Once you know that what I'm doing, I'm not being pulled by the other direction. There is no that attraction I'm able to get over with, and I'm very sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Then you're at absolute peace, man.
I'm saying, I see.
That
I
is
see.
what is peace. Your ability to follow what is right and be there, and not you or not your ability to not fall into the trap of the other force. Being focused on the right in that moment is peace.
Wow.
I'll tell you one more thing. Then I also got shot in a battle, right?
Oh.
It entered here and came out from here. And the jawbone flew out from here. And then when I got shot, I knew that I am walking on the. I accepted that I am now dying. Right? Again, I was at peace. So only thing I could have tried to do and I did is I kept on breathing. That's all I could have done in that moment. So I took, okay, I need to keep my cool, keep breathing. That's all I can do. Irrespective of the result, whatever is the outcome, I may still die, I may still survive. That's not my concern right now. My concern is to do my karma. That is what everybody should be having a mindset. In this moment, in this situation, this is what I need to do. Irrespective of the outcome, that you forget it. I'm okay with both the outcomes. But this is what I need to do, I'm doing it. Right?
Right.
And I'm telling you one thing that please understand from one that experience I've understood. Because after I survived that and came back into this world, then I began to realize, at times what happens is that to appreciate light means I'm talking of light, daylight, right?
Yeah.
To appreciate light, you need to experience darkness.
Oh.
Similarly, at times for a person who is thick skinned like me, to appreciate life, you need to go through that.
Oh my God.
And once I experienced depth, after that, when I came back into this world, I began to understand that the things that have been told in this world, the purpose of life and everything, I did not know what is right, but I knew this is not right. What is being told in this world, like since the time we've been speaking, this is all coming from that experience. I knew that this is not right. They're teaching wrong things. Why we are, the selfishness, I, me, myself, all those things, I began to realize there's something wrong the way the world is teaching. It's not right. So then I began to look for answers. And slowly, as I understanding a few things are clarifying, I'm trying to speak it to the world.
I see.
So that is what battle did to me. That is what battle did to me. And please understand, you see, you or anybody who's listening to this, may be having so many dreams that he wants to see. That he must be having so many goals and aspirations that he wants to achieve in life. I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, right? Whatever it is. Take one goal from me. Anybody who's listening, take one goal today from me. And you can't say that I'm not concerned about it.
Right.
Like somebody may say that, a friend of yours may be saying that I want to experience law of money. Somebody may be having some other experience, somebody may be having some other game. But now today I'm giving one dream to everybody. Dream today, how do you want to feel when you die? I've been through that moment, take it from me, and everybody is going to go through that moment. How do you want to feel when you die? You want to feel that I've done my job well, I've contributed whatever was given, destiny gave me, and now I'm going out. Irrespective of whatever is the outcome, just like a true sportsman. Suppose, once he gets out, I think in baseball also people get out and move out of the pitch, na? And
Yeah.
like in India, in Bharat, we have cricket. So
Yeah.
once you get out and you walk out of when you walk out of the ground, you need to be convinced that I have done my part to the best of my ability, whatever role was given to me. And then you walk out satisfied. So when we walk out of this world, we need to walk out with that kind of satisfaction. I have done my role. Well, that time, you see, as we exist in this world, we are with our ability to articulate languages, all those things that people teach us. Be a good speaker, good writer, good communicator, and all those skills that we have. We are at times able to get our way with people, even if we are not right.
Yeah.
A smart communicator, a smart speaker, a smart writer may get away with the perception which is not right. Perception about the world, perception about a topic that is speaking or expressing a part, or perception about himself also.
Yeah.
You may go to an interview, probably with your smartness and shrewdness, may be able to convince the interviewer that you're good enough. But when you finally face death, your communication skills, your articulation skills, your linguistic skills are not going to work at all.
Oh.
Death is going to look straight into your eyes. If you are good, if you've done your job well, you'll feel good. You can't bluff him.
Yeah. He knows everything.
He knows everything. You will not be able to bluff. And he will straight away look, death will smile at you. Come on, don't fool me. And then you'll have a sense of guilt. Then you have a sense of guilt. You could have been the greatest speaker in this world. You have got away, you have fooled in the entire world by your whatever ability. But death will look into your eyes and you know you're wrong. You'll look just like you were caught. Suppose in the exam, somebody's cheating
Yeah.
and the invigilator catches you.
Yeah.
Right? You have a note of answers,
Yeah.
piece of slip, and the invigilator catches you. And when he looks into your eye, how do you feel?
It's like you're
You feel,
scared. Yeah, you're
right?
guilty.
Scared, right? Because you know, he doesn't have to speak anything.
Yeah.
He just simply catch that piece of paper and look into your eyes, and you will not be able to look into his eyes. You will feel guilty. Same
Yeah.
with death. So, if you have not lived your life with that righteous mindset on the path of Dharma, then when death will look into you, you know. Now, communication skills don't work. You can't fool him. You'll feel guilty. You'll
Uncle,
feel miserable.
you just opened another perspective in my mind, and I'm sure you did that to all the other listeners for this too. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I've just like learned so much from this conversation that I would have never thought about, and I would have taken for granted if you didn't talk about it. So I thank you for
Watch.
like telling
I'm
that.
speaking to you from Bharat, Haridwar, with a temple in the background and Ganga flowing behind.
Yeah.
The most
Om Namah
pious place.
Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.